저희는 비록 아마추어 팀이지만 선발전에서 한 번도 지지 않았기 때문에 세계대회 처음이지만 최강의 팀워크를 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
너네가 지금 아직 안 지고 이기고 있는 거는 아직 우리를 만나지 못해서 그런 것 같고, 내가 전 한국 대표로서 한마디 해주면은 우리를 만나러 오는 것보다는 그냥 집에서 편하게 잠이나 자는 게 더 나을 것 같아.
작년에 한국팀이 태국팀을 꺾고 우승한 것처럼 저희도 좋은 경기력으로 좋은 성과를 낼 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다.
AWC 디펜딩 챔피언으로서 이번에는 태국팀을 위해서 꼭 우승하도록 하겠습니다.
그치.
두 팀 모두 최선을 다해서 최고의 경기를 보여주면 좋겠습니다.
AWC 我们已经期待很久了，训练和心态都已经准备好了，希望这次首战告捷，最终载誉而归。
Gue pengen ngomong sama tim China, nggak akan segampang itu. Malah kalian yang bakal kalah melawan kita.
我们有国内数一数二的坦克选手 And， 不仅能砍打，还能开瑞。当我们推到你们高地的时候，你们可能连我们的一塔都还没有推到。
Kamu punya napas panjang. Kamu suka pamer ya? Aku bilang kita setara sih.
你跟一个退伍军人说肺活量，我一口气打到你高地哦。
Oh serius? Tapi aku gak akan kasih kamu kesempatan. Lihat gua.
我挡。
Chúng tôi muốn được đối đầu nhất với Đài Bắc Trung Hoa lần này. Chúng tôi đến đây với niềm tin lớn để được trả thù họ, nên chúng tôi rất khát khao đánh bại họ. Mặc dù tôi rất ngưỡng mộ Nain, nhưng tôi sẽ đánh bại anh ấy.
我喜欢你们的自信，但你们还差班尼一点。
Các bạn sai rồi. ADC và Brody cũng mạnh như Nain và Benny vậy. Tôi chắc chắn rằng ADC và Brody sẽ là cặp đôi rừng và trợ thủ mạnh nhất thế giới.
你们野辅联动都打不赢我一个爱丽丝。
Đơn giản thôi. Tôi chỉ muốn nói rằng mục tiêu của chúng tôi là chức vô địch.
那我也定个小目标，先干掉越南，再干掉泰国，最后再干掉韩国。
同意。
아니야. 개썰. 베니가 우리 이기기 쉽대. 우리가 정글 어떻게 하는지 가르쳐주자.
既然你们拉下我了，你们的野区小心被我养住吧。
Kamu bercanda. Kami bisa membakar daging di hutanmu ketika support dan jungle kami memimpin.
Mang cho tôi cái nồi nướng, nên anh muốn bị chiên hay bị nướng?
我个人比较喜欢串烧，一串五半呆了。
여기 정글러분들 너무 잘하시네요. 저는 연습하러 가겠습니다.
We're back, and so is Team Indonesia as they take the stage for the first time today. We are into our third match of the evening, Indonesia facing Korea. This is the official English broadcast of the AWC 2019, and I almost got all those words out without stumbling once, which, given how long we've been going over the last 3 days, I must say is a win. My name's TJ, joined with D2. He has significantly higher standards than me, but even he has to admit this will be a fun game to watch.
It absolutely will, especially because these are teams that we thought had the best chance of getting the fourth slot coming into this match. And now China has kind of taken that away from them, even though they've shown just as much potential as the China team in some regards.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. This Korea side has a lot to prove and a lot to live up to. The last Korean AWC performance took the title. This one, a little bit short of that so far. They're 1-5. They have an exciting day of games still ahead of them. They win this one, they can bring the record back with a win over Thailand at the end of the day, which normally I'd say, no way, Jose. But Thailand lost their match versus China.
And Indonesia, on the other hand, if they win this or get a game, they face China. So they have a direct way of influencing their chances of getting into that 4th slot if they're able to defeat China later. So this has a lot of implications. This is not the Malaysia-Japan matchup yesterday where they were both already out of it when we cast it.
There is a number 4 slot out of this group still very much up for grabs, and only the team that wins this game can decide.
Let's do some math here, TJ.
Oh, yeah.
You know I love math.
Instead of let's do some math, why don't you do some math and I'll sit here and listen.
Okay.
But I'll be honest, my eyes are kind of going to glaze over. Is that all right?
That's fine. If they tie 1-1,
right,
Korea would be 2-6. Indonesia would be then 1-5. China are now at 3-5. They have 1 match remaining against Indonesia. If this is a 1-1 tie, Indonesia with a 2-0 can knock out China in their match. So even at a 1-1 tie, both teams still have a chance here.
That's pretty good. But
that's the math.
If it's 2-0, doesn't that knock out the losing team? Oh,
yeah.
My mic wasn't
that
live to you. I apologize. If it's 2-0, doesn't that knock out the losing team?
If it's 2-0, Indonesia would be 0-6. They cannot catch up to China, yes. And then if Korea loses 2-0, they would be 1-7. It would be very hard. Like, basically, they're out. Yeah, so it's 100% for Indonesia if they go to 0-2, and it's like 99% for Korea if they lose 2-0.
So, in order to get out of the groups, both these teams want a 2-0 win here. If either team loses this match 2-0, then they'll be hard-pressed to reach the knockout stage. So, everything on the line.
But 1-1 is okay.
There is
1-1 is okay for both teams. Yeah.
We do not accept ties at this tournament. I do not leave everyone happy.
Well, no, not the end of the day, but for now, we'll give
glory and the march ever onwards. Of course, no one who leaves this tournament in the group stage gets a single cent of prize money. Qualifying for the knockouts does qualify you for the lowest tier, but it's still a solid chunk of change, so it makes a big difference.
Yeah, it's several $1,000s each after you divide it up, so... want to get there. You want to get there, TJ.
Yeah.
You want to get to the top.
I want several $1,000s. Tulen Scud will be the first 2 picks Harvard for Indonesia. Florentino Yina already a very good 1-2 lock-in for Korea. No Darcy pick or ban in the first cycle, and Indonesia will scoff at it as they prioritize Scud and Teamy over him.
So. Scud versus Yina / Scud versus Florentino. There have been theories out there of Scud crushing Florentino, or to a lesser extent, if you want to, tone down that opinion, you say, you can kind of deal with him, kind of nullify him. I think I already know where you stand, but I am also in the camp of I don't quite believe it. He still kind of just loses to him.
I think Indonesia are kind of just losing this draft.
Yeah, seems to be that way. The nice thing about going Florentino Yina is that Yina can competently play in the Abyssal lane. Florentino kind of can as well, but it's not his preferred matchup, right? Florentino wants to be in that DS lane, just dueling fools, taking them out, and Nina can go ahead and take whatever ADC or whatever she finds in the Abyssal lane. So Korea so far, I would agree with you, is winning this draft.
Kind of dominantly. Like the Team Tulin, fine, not a fan of this gun, but fine is not what you want on the opposing roster. Is Baldum, Yina, Florentino 1, 2, 3? They get a Rourke. That will. That's not actually the best they could have drafted, but it's good.
Do you think that this is just a response to getting crushed by Vietnam earlier? Like, that Rourke sure was good. It's like, yeah, but
no.
It's because they countered your comp.
No, Y-Force loves his Nakaroth.
Oh, right. That could, yeah. Okay, that could be a preemptive strike here. But wouldn't you just save that for the last pick then?
Wait till you see what they've got in store for the last pick.
I've never seen that hero before. Is that an Enzo?
He's not tournament legal. Pah! Not to toot my own horn too much, but I am definitely adjusting my imaginary suit right now. Kriknak comes through as Y-Force prefers himself those dive melees. It's not quite the Nakaroth, but it definitely is the same category, and that means that both Korea and I are rather self-satisfied right now. They get the Rourke, and they have their mid lane saved for last. They can adapt to what was chosen against them. In this case, it'll...
Yeah, stop saying words. So, apparently Pig is kind of like...
Be a Liliana as an easy and logical lock-in, and definitely not an Azenka.
Well, he was hovering the Maganga for the second series in a row, just like we see Sun hovering Wisp all the time.
I was so scared that because I like looked down in the corner, and I was like, "That's a Azenka, all right."
So Kriknak isn't quite as bad as Zephys and Nakaroth are against Rourke, but it's still not ideal. The fact that Indonesia's hero pool is limited enough where they had to go for Kriknak anyway is kind of troubling. But we'll see how they handle it.
A very important match for...
Good.
A very important match for both these teams. Indonesia need this win, Korea need this win. If either team wins it 2-0, Daniel did the math, they get out of the groups most likely. At the very least, they have a better opportunity to do so. They still have tough games ahead. If either team loses it 2-0, very likely they do not make it out of groups. It's literally impossible to send for Indonesia if they lose 2-0.
Right.
1-1 leaves everyone happy and nobody satisfied. But, you know.
Yeah, because although 1-1, if Thailand completely just craps the bed, then they could both get in? Actually, no, that's impossible. No, yeah, they might... maybe. They might be able to get in.
For Thailand to not get out of groups. That would be a heck of a world to live in. Just to ruin everyone's fantasy.
Can you imagine China and Thailand out and Korea and Indonesia in? They just storm back after this.
Not prior to seeing today's games. Not prior to seeing day 2's games. But it is a possible world that we live in, and we're into this game. Give me a hard prediction out of the draft, Daniel. I haven't forced you to do that in a while.
Oh boy. I gotta go Korea. But I don't feel good about it.
Korea as a soft, hard prediction.
The softest of hard predictions.
Semi-firm prediction.
That's definitely not what she said.
I'm happy for you, I think. We'll grab the jungle. We're getting progressively more risque as we get more and more tired.
Hour 36. The jokes have started to come out. The 8th grade jokes.
God, jokes have been out for a while. They're just getting real bad.
I think we're, like, soon, it's just, we're at 8th grade now. By the end of the broadcast, it's going to be 1st grade. Like, that was a fart. Lol.
You can't say that. I'll tell Mom. Poker in
Pretty
trouble.
much literally is. Anyway.
Top lane,
Poker.
there's the wild charge. Poker's gone. A smooth pickup.
Poka's Putty Poots wasn't strong enough to keep them away. We're going for the fart jokes now. What are you doing?
I was taking a drink of water and I slammed it down in disgust. I was trying to give you an audio profile of my distaste.
Hey, I thought your water tastes fine. Nothing distasteful about it.
Get out of my room! Mither and Poker looking for a dragon to counteract that first pick to Korea. They may be able to do it. They have control. 4K on the dragon. In the area, bomb doesn't go for it. That'll be Abyssal to Indonesia. Good strike back.
Yeah, it seemed like Korea just kind of fumbled their or bungled their rotations there. They probably could have been in the area if they hadn't really overextended trying to get onto Wyvors. But because they took so long, it meant that Haru has to go back to clearing his own jungle and let them no time to quickly take, or at least quickly contest the Abyssal Dragon.
You know, back in the AWC 2018, it took a week for us to do a group stage.
All done in 4 days.
All done in 4 days. The final day of groups here today. We're approaching halfway through. This is our third game of the day.
We're raw. Uh-oh.
Big trouble up top. Lots of trouble, but a double kill both ways. Mutually assured destruction. Hans, you're doomed. Do you dare dive this nagging? No, don't you dare. Cut away. He gets the kill. The cameraman was ashamed.
Oh, the observer says, cool guys don't look at explosions, and just went away to the other side of the map. It's okay, you got the kill anyway. It was a guaranteed kill. He had that wild charge nice and lined up there. The tower tried to save him, though. We saw Haru tried to go in for the kill. All the shots were blocked by the tower, but Youngie picked it up for him.
Pig grabs a kill on the bottom lane. Or, sorry, a minion kill on the bottom lane. He's just farming. And that's normal Yena stuff to be doing. Oh my god, is this the game where I believe in Scud countering Florentina?
Well, if it is, then you can blame Nagni. By the way, speaking of which, Nagni is their mid. He is now playing DS lane. Nyangni is normally their Abyssal. He's playing support. Climax is out of the game, replaced by Pig. Or excuse me, Haru. He's replaced by Haru, who is on the jungle now. Their jungle is usually Bomb, but Bomb is playing mid. Everyone is playing something different, TJ. We are full
Korea
at
was
end.
actually playing out of position for the rest of the group stage. This is their default. They got this far and they were like, oh, alright. I guess I'll have to use more than 10% of my power.
Nice of you to show up, Korea. Finally here.
Hans, you sure you want to be in that bush? This is a full gank attempt from Korea. 3 members, 4 members now rotate in while Prison War force movement. Poker just goes in. He will spread the Resurrect. He'll be back in a moment. The Resurrect keeps him safe with a flicker down. Thunderbird in with Lightning Strike. Mither's got a kill. Hans to follow. Power Glove for a slam dunk and a double kill for Indonesia.
And they're pushing mid. Oh, good night, Pig. Wira jumps on him as well. Oh my goodness, Indonesia's coming alive. Hans with that flicker forward to finish off the kill. It all started with Poka with the beautiful being a bro, able to bait 4 members into a single tower. Oh my goodness, Indonesia. And that opens up a 3,000 gold lead for their side. Good night.
Korea were in such good control, and now they are not.
Not at all. We're good at words, TJ.
This has been devastating. Hans is doing so much damage.
I feel almost obligated every single time Hans smacks Liliana upside the head to say bomb. Because that's his name.
Okay.
I think I'll do it next time. It's gonna sound good, trust me.
Alright. I'm willing to try it, but on a temporary basis.
I mean, that's like the only thing I can think of when he comes over and just like downward fist him. Bomb.
If you could have phrased that better, I'll go for the abyssal. This is why Facebook chat thinks we hate each other.
Completely unintentional, I swear. That was not supposed to be have any sort of weird innuendo in that.
League Korea cleaning things up on the defensive, but they lose the abyssal as well as all of their tier 1 towers.
And that's pretty huge, because that allows you so much room to roam around their jungle. It means that you can get in their jungle and easily get away because you have multiple avenues for escape. It also means that you can invade their jungle and get kills on your own because they don't know where you're coming from and they don't have to worry about towers. It also allows for this. You can go for the Dark Slayer, and it's hard for the other side to contest because you have towers to retreat to, and they do not.
Dark Slayer, Dark Slaying, Dark Slain.
Nice use of the English language there.
Pig in trouble as well. Poker will chase for his stun up, but that's all.
This is looking extremely good for Indonesia. The one thing for them is they don't have a marksman. Really going to be relying on the damage coming from Kriknak and Scud to burst on these towers. But that requires them to really dive the towers to make sure that either the Korean side dies or they have to back off.
Is that just for bot lane?
It's just to go as far back as possible.
Yeah, very defensive Drake summoning. Normally is a no-brainer, but Indonesia, I would think, want to press their advantage for now.
Right, I think they're trying to just sync up the waves here. Ooh, Wira! Oh, bomb!
Over the wall, bomb barely gets out.
Ooh.
That's a good wild prison. It'll zone out the Drake for a moment, give a moment for Korea to regain, but they don't. They don't regain control. They just fall further and further back while Hans one punches their tower up top.
This is one of the weaknesses of Indonesia's comp, though. They're really afraid to go forward and attack the tower because the risk reward is not really there. You're only getting a couple of damage on the tower and risk for getting caught potentially like this.
Wild Prison, Y-Force has the coast walk though, so he's nowhere near being caught, really. And Pig in the mid, the opposite is true. Thunderbird will tag him to half HP.
I would like Korea to be more aggressive here. I know they're down 8,000 gold, but it's really hard for Indonesia to get on top of these towers. I would like to see punishes coming out in the form of Bomb just throwing out Shining Light, Blinding Light combos.
What are you doing? Where are? Y-Force is
Y-Force?
really far forward here. The rest of the team is on the exact opposite side of the map, so this is just bait. This is a setup. Y-Force is playing with fire, but he hasn't been burned.
Korea has such little gold that Nyangyi barely even has the magic defense to deal with Amarja.
Haru didn't full engage. He didn't see a rush there from the Rourke. Haru doesn't.
See, this is one of the major problems with having a Rourke on your team, because if he gets behind, he really has nothing to do. Not only is it hard for him to play defense, but it's also once you pop Determination and you're behind, your shield evaporates so quickly that you don't get to actually use it. And once your shield goes away, you're all of a sudden again vulnerable to CC, and you basically just die. It's such a ridiculous kind of turn of events, or like a difference between being ahead and being behind for Rourke. When you're ahead, your shield's amazing. When you're behind, it's extremely hard to use.
Nagni! Thunderbird won't be needed. Hans has the one punch, slam dunk, and it's kill number 3 to him.
I'm kind of sad, TJ.
Why?
Because now all the Scud lovers.
Scud has real good defense now, yeah. Look at that build. Rank Breaker, Omni, Fenrir's.
That is pretty standard, I would say. He's actually going into... Yeah, you want to go full damage as Scud, because even though he does have CC, it doesn't really help your team as much as just killing them.
Uh-oh. Bush Party, Hans, 1v3. Do you dare? He's glowing. That skin's so intimidating. Watch him hit this tower up top. Cameraman, give me vision. Cameraman, give me vision.
Show it to me.
Let there be vision.
Scud is going into Murmasa now. Just picked it up. He's going to be able to kill front lines better, but it does reduce his Rank Breaker Pierce a little bit. Oh, Poke.
Watch.
Hello. Oh, Scud. Oh my god.
The dive! Wild Beast Fury with the flicker! It's too far in! Haru's got the shutdown! Poker just has to run! There won't be a resurrect for that one! Hans is already gone! Here's the high ground under siege from the bottom lane! The Drake can't finish it off! Instead, it will be the team to do so! Y-Force gets the kills! A double kill to Indonesia! And now they press ever further forward. Nagy holds nicely with a wild charge, but he won't be able to keep this mid lane high ground up. Haru and Nagy just need to play back. Maybe them and Bomb can clear wave, but for how long? They may lose all three high grounds here. Still 15 seconds on two players' respawns. They choose to make their stand. Thunderbird comes through, big damage, but Haru's got the wave clear. Y-Force can't finish this alone, and Korea have held on.
They've held on, but they're still at a 11,000 gold deficit. That was actually to the benefit of Indonesia gold-wise to go in and get those towers, and Korea has no avenue back in this game at the moment unless they get a miracle team fight. Just poor decision-making by Korea. When they went on the bottom tower there, it was the anti-timing. Right as the tower went down, they went to go defend it. That means they lost multiple members and the tower and made it extremely hard to defend the rest of their base. Korea needs to be making better decisions. Indonesia in full control at the moment.
Now he just checks this bush with his forehead. Bang! Well, someone in
the best way to do it. Oh.
Big. Oh, that was a long-range chain lance. Playing Castlevania over there. Poke in trouble as he gets wild charged back into the team, but he'll be fine.
I'm just sad that I haven't gotten to say Bomb. I mean, Bomb has just avoided Scud, which is a good idea, but still, no Bomb. It's much worse to say Nagni. Nagni doesn't sound like a bomb.
I don't think that's the bomb. Whatever the opposite of it is.
Indonesia's the bomb this game because they picked up another Dark Slayer, and that's probably the last high ground tower to go down.
I mean, there is only one left.
The last stand for the high ground tower.
Yeah, here it comes,
oh
potentially. Instead, the fight happens in the jungle. My God, the damage from Hans. Good Wild Prison slows things down, but they've already lost everything. Hans considers the dive 1v2. Haru scares him too much.
Poke actually picked up Soaring Aura, which means all the damage from Mither and Y-Force will do even more, but they don't even need it probably. This looks like a final push.
Yep, for the core. Hans like 2 hits it. What? Game number 1 to Indonesia.
Oh my goodness. I predicted Korea to win. It was a very soft prediction. And Indonesia shows why, shows their mettle, shows their capability. And they bop Korea. Or maybe bomb. No, BOM, sorry. Not the other bomb. Not the other bomb. I didn't mean it. I take it back.
A bopping distributed by Indonesia in game 1. They finally make a solid case for the Scud. I'm not ready to say I believe. I am ready to say I see the best case scenario.
Yeah. Most heroes, if they're ahead, they look pretty good. Scud is certainly one of those. Because once you start getting a lot of damage, you really can't even go near him. He will just smack you up the face and you just kind of die.
That's going to be a game 1 to them, but it was dominant, but it wasn't a wipe. What can Korea change in game 2? How do they avert that result?
Two things.
They won the draft, right?
No. The Rourke pick was very poor in my opinion. Yes, it kind of deals with the Krignat, but every other matchup is bad. Every other matchup you kind of lose as the Haro. I suppose you can kind of do stuff against Scud. But yeah, they probably needed an ADC in the jungle if they're gonna have this specific comp, or if they have this heavy melee comp, you just go for something like a Zephys, right? You can't really have a Rourke when you have the rest of your team melee. It doesn't really make sense because there's no way for everyone just like backs out the Rourke the entire time, and there's no punish front like poke. The other thing they need to do is not make that massive mistake. If you remember, Korea, it was basically an even game until Korea lost a 4v3 really badly. They didn't just lose it, they got crushed in a 4v3 situation on top of the map. And at the same time, their mid was getting pushed in the 2v1. So that can't happen. It's an absolute worst case scenario. They were down 3.5 to 4,000 gold immediately, and it continued throughout the rest of the game.
Hans gets the MVP. My, he looks handsome in that photo. Unfortunately, Scud next to him does not, but he did have a great game on him. So I'll excuse
He had a great
him.
skin. The skin that Scud had was pretty handsome.
Yeah, maybe that's what made the difference. He was all glowy.
Yeah. Very, very glowy. Don't have to clean that Scud up. That Scud looks good.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't need any Photoshop tune-up on his Instagram. That's how good he looks. We'll go to a quick break. We will be back with game number 2, a chance for Korea to follow the D2 doctrine and win game number 2, tying themselves up and giving themselves a shot at the knockout bracket. Else, Indonesia might have just done what they need to do. When we come back, their own shot to lock out their knockout stage. My, is that a game of Arena of Valor I see on this screen ahead of me? That's my intro. That's it. I was hoping you'd be able to bounce off it, but you like really weren't able to. Now we're here.
It's like it assaulted me and I couldn't recover.
Welcome back to the Arena of Valor World Cup 2019, official for better or worse English language coverage. My name is TJ, joined by D2. We have Game 2 between Korea and Indonesia. Game 1...
That is one way to pronounce it. Sure.
I got halfway to... Look, it's a bad time. Indonesia didn't have a bad time in Game 1, though. They dominated, and Korea need to pick up the pieces. You had a definite kit you said they had to improve. Does any of that start in the draft?
It absolutely does. And they need to pick Rourke in a situation that is a lot better for their team. That involves having Poke behind him to force the other team to come to Rourke rather than just being able to back off at a moment's notice. And we're seeing them go for the Richter instead, so I don't think that they should go for the Rourke after this.
Richter first pick, with Darcy and Elsu both making it through the pick ban.
Maybe they just pick him later. Just put him in mid or bottom since they have Tulin and Lindis already.
What if this is L2 Darcy? It's not, and that comes through instead as the support.
We're starting to see that it's not just the rotations of teams and the mechanics and all that jazz that separate the top teams from the lower teams. It's also hero pool. Hero pool is a really big deal to be able to pull out any hero you want. And I don't think that Indonesia is really comfortable bringing out the jungle Darcy.
No, I don't think they played it once. And you're right, that is the major difference it does feel between some of the top teams and some of the teams that are struggling here. The teams that have the ability to just play whatever appears to be good at the time with whatever build are the teams that will always come out on top, I'll say it. Tulin Lindis Richter for Korea. Indonesia going Annette Elsu Omen.
If you think of it as like a rock paper scissors match, but you can only bring
I only play Rochambeau.
Sure, I think that's what it stands for. If you like say your skill allows you to bring out anywhere from 0 to 100% of the effectiveness of that choice, then if you have a ridiculously 100% powerful scissors, it's going to beat a very crappy rock, right? But
that's
not being able to play.
Your analogy has collapsed, Daniel.
It's still working. You're just not listening properly.
Okay. No, sell me on it. Oh, wait, no, you can't sell me on anything. It's a crack, Daniel. There's your powerful rock. It's a crack at the AWC, Hubbard. This is the most powerful of rocks, a finely sculpted support instrument, wielded by the most powerful support player in the world.
And who would that be? Because we have no idea who's playing support.
Whoever locks it in, Daniel. Whoever claims the type...
Oh, no! Oh, no!
I quit.
You just got Nyungi, you betrayed us.
Indonesia better win this 2-0.
By the way,
that
50% win rate for Annette, that goes to show you that small sample size theater is very real here, because in the middle of yesterday, she had like a high 60% win rate.
I'm so sad I don't get my crack. I was
psyched. I'm happy to get Alice.
I mean,
Alice is so much better with Lin. Like, Grak would have been terrible with this composition. Like, really,
you take
really
that
bad.
back. You harlot.
This is the worst. You could not construct a worse composition with Grak than this one. It's all dive. Literally all dive.
And he still would have won.
If they won, it would have been in spite him.
flicker alting crack as a form of dive.
Every 120 seconds we can take a fight, guys.
Indonesia and Korea have completed relatively sensible traps, despite not playing to my worst instincts. Do you have a firm prediction out of it? I'm keeping an eye on that Superman interaction with Omen, because they picked the Superman into the Omen, but Korea have played pretty solid Supermen so far this tournament.
I don't think they're going to run the Superman into the Omen, because they have Richter up top. So I think it'll be okay. What was the actual Indonesian draft? I actually missed it. Or I missed like the last half.
I can't imagine why. I don't know anything that could have distracted you during... I'm easily pleased. For anyone who doesn't know, I have more games on Grak than every other character in the pool combined, ×2.
I don't know what attracts you to certain heroes, by the way. It used to be Grak and then Gilder and then Ballum before Ballum just became like super meta.
I don't like him anymore. He's too cool.
You're the hipster Ballum user.
I liked him before he was cool. He's gone mainstream now. He's sold out.
I've had the Barrio skin. I've had the Barrio skin for forever.
It's just obnoxious CC. That's what I like. I just like annoying amounts of stuns.
Well, Ivors is taking an annoying amount of stuns and taking an annoying amount of damage as well from Nagni.
Yeah, had to play back from it. Ooh, jungle steal with a snipe.
Interesting.
What?
Nothing at all.
Okay.
So, both these teams have a lot of dive, which is interesting that they're going off against each other. Who will dive the hardest?
So I think it's a lot of dive both ways, but the fact that Indonesia have an Omen and a Elsu. KJ.exe has stopped responding. Will give them the edge because
the snipey man.
The Omen gives them a tool to lock down the dive, and the backline of the Elsu will allow them to disengage and rain in damage from afar.
Yeah. So there is also the Annette who can kind of lock you back behind a hurricane wall. On the other hand, Korea does have the Alice to kind of get her team in and out of trouble. And we haven't talked about this, we haven't seen this comp at all this tournament, but Alice Lindis is a legitimately terrifying comp. And we saw a lot, I believe, from Vietnam in the 2018 AIC. And it was terrifying. You can run the opponent ragged with those two.
Win cuffs. Not deployed here. Indonesia playing relatively defensive. And that checks out because, as previously stated, they have the composition that has more variety, less just full dive. They want to be using the snipes from the Celsu, the Omen, as forms backup.
Oh, so Pig goes for the Hermes Select, so she's going to be zooming around. Can actually reach the maximum speed.
Haru! He steals it! The madman! Tornado in! Mither tries to slay things. He'll push back the fight. Now Nagi goes through the wind cuffs from Poker, open things up, and Hans collects a kill. But it's only one in the face of two as the dive comes through from Korea. An even trade after Poker arrives. Him and Y-Force have 1-for-1. Nagi down. Haru low. Will fall. Hans collects the death.
Oh my goodness, what a bloodbath in the center there. Both teams just seemingly overextending. Wyvor is doing an excellent job first with the Death Embrace to lock them under the tower, and then the flicker forward and the Death Beacon to make sure he gets the second kill.
And Poker wasn't a net. That entire fight was him finding win cuffs that shouldn't have been possible. him protecting Hans from threats that should have killed him.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful play by him. Are you getting some weird? Anyway, it's fine. I think I'm seeing something. I think I'm getting some illusions on my screen. Anyway, maybe it's just Indonesia just playing too well.
Maybe it's just sleep deprivation. Have you considered that?
It might be. Maybe. That'd be one of those things.
Uh-oh. Mister. Oh, we get 2 with the charge. Nicely done. That scares Pig and Bum back real fast.
Yeah, you want to dive onto a Raz, he can do that to you. Just bring you right back toward your tower.
So, Indonesia, it looked like we're on the back foot. Then the first fight comes through and you see the benefits of their composition.
Yeah, it has to really be threading that needle, though, between being aggressive and being defensive, and that's what they're really going to have to rely on, because Korea, they have a one-track mind. They're going to try to kill you at all stops.
It's one track, but it's got a lot of stations. Tower of full. That's Indonesia in the bot lane to claim the first of the game. They'll look to double it down with this Abyssal Dragon. I don't see a way for Korea to intervene, so it will go to their bank account, and there is a sizable gold lead.
Yeah, Indonesia for the second game in a row starting to build on that. Obviously, losing their own tower won't help, but 1,000 gold lead to their coffers is going to help this composition. Really, other than the Lindis, not a whole lot that's super scary from the side of Korea. Obviously, Richter can get some work done, but Indonesia, as long as they hold that back, will be in good shape.
I feel like Tulin, who doesn't get ahead, is just kind of boring. Y4's in. Bathing in the mark of the hunter, has to flicker away when Haru arrives. Mither's here as well, but they don't want any of Haru.
He's only bathing in half damage. When you get someone in Death's Embrace, they do less damage to you. Or to everyone, actually. It reduces all their damage. Because they're, they have a big nail in them, nailed to the ground. That kind of reduces your damage. Kind of makes it harder to actually attack someone.
The guitarist back.
Oh,
hanging in, speeding bullet. Here's the flagged hurricane wall. It's a setup, and Haru's gone. Pig, wind blades, doesn't quite find him. Now the dive from Nagi. No, he could get 2, but Hans at point blank shotguns him down. Y-Force gets the mid tower. Death's Embrace. Bomb can get nothing. Y-Force barely survives with his life, but he wins a 1v2 against a tower and a Tulin.
What is going on with the Rise up top as well? This game is just nuts. If Y-Force had the perfect timing on that Death's Embrace, get it at the last moment before Bomb can get out of there. It also makes sure that he doesn't die to the Thunderbird because of the damage reduction that we talked about just prior to that. Oh, Indonesia really bringing it now, and Korea not in the right spot in these fights.
Minions.
Minions are good. They're good at killing towers. That's why they're called siege minions. Siege minions siege towers to death.
I'll siege your tower.
No, I'll defend it.
Oh, right. Abyssal Dragon up for grabs.
I am like a serial. I'm a serial minion killer. I will not join the team fight unless my wave's cleared. They're like, what are you doing? We need help. Like, not until the wave is cleared, okay?
See, I like supports, so like killing minions isn't like a choice.
Yeah, true. I do hate it when there's like an Alice killing a minion wave. It's like, no, you need to be here. Don't you understand?
I'm a Baldum. I do a total of 3 damage. This minion is gonna win a 1v1 against me.
Bombs actually clear the minions reasonably well, but
only in the early game. You put them against super minions and like, it's rough. Oh, Nagi, speaking of rough, in on Poker, the flicker over the wall, that was smooth. Hans, can you get out? Yeah, they're not even challenging him.
Yeah, that's very strange. They have 5 in the area. Why didn't they just continue to fight them? In fact, they have Alice. She can just speed them over. And the other side already used Disengage, already used Flicker. There was no way out. Just chase him down.
Mither and
Even if they're
Poker.
all five there, like there would have to be. It would have to be a very strange circumstance for all 5 Indonesian members to be there, first of all. And even if they were, you have the flank on 3 of them. That is just bizarre play from Korea.
They should have gone for the kill on to Mither and Poker.
And their waves weren't even pushed in. There was no tower in danger of dying on the other side of the map.
And it feels like Hans... this is one of those situations where because it went his way, he looked real smart. Because he just planted his feet and threw out a snipe. Whereas, like, logic should say, oh no, there's 5 people coming my way and I'm an Elsu, it's time to book it.
Yeah, it reminds me very much of KZ Fox standing in a bush while Baldum waltzed up right next to him.
You know what they have in common? Both got away with it.
Actually, no. KZ Fox did go away from him, but his team died because of it. So
it doesn't sound like it's his fault.
It's 100% his fault.
If it was
really
his fault, he would have died, Daniel.
Oh my goodness.
It's just because I play supports, I speak AD carry. That's the dive. Oh, a kill on Zaharu. Nicely done by Indonesia.
You're fluent in AD carry.
I'm fluent in salty teammate. Otherwise known as Yorn.
I definitely agree.
Bot lane...
This game is very bizarre, by the way. Like,
high ground exposed. Yeah, we're just talking about how bad Yorns are because... I don't know what you add to Indonesia just slowly and steadily and chaotically grinding out a win. Korea grouped up as 5, ran for a kill, then decided that didn't work, so they should go back to not doing that, but they didn't have an alternative plan.
Right, but there was a solid like 45 seconds where Korea was acting like they're the team with the gold lead and walking around and nearly getting towers, and Indonesia was just kind of avoiding them weirdly, and they were just dancing circles around each other, doing weird movements. This game is very confusing to me.
Uh-oh. Worried. So...
You know how...
Uh-oh.
Oh, good night. Oh. Hans,
What's he built to do that?
I think it was just an auto attack that killed him. Yeah, it must have been just an auto attack. I think he must have Fenris too, so he got the extra 30% damage.
Because it was a combination of Mither's auto and Hans's auto. But I didn't expect Hans's auto to do a third of his HP.
Yeah, it's got to be Fenris Tooth, which is scary if you are Team Korea, because now you have to deal with that from now on. Fenris Tooth can absolutely wipe you out, even if it's just an auto.
Dark Slayer. Boosted for Indonesia. They win this, which they're currently very much on track to do. They're on track to get to the playoffs. Korea, having lost this set 2-0 or not. This would be kind of the end of the road if they can't turn this game.
Yeah, very much so. This might be the end of Korea, and Indonesia are applying the chokehold at the moment.
So, Korea to turn this, is it just scale the Lindis?
It really is. They just have to continuously farm. Obviously, being down the Dark Slayer, you can't really do a whole lot here. You have to just play defense.
Nagi stole his buff. Please report. Richter doesn't have better.
He needs that cooldown reduction, okay? He only has
Richter
10%.
doesn't better. Please report.
Well, if Haru gets his farm, Nagni decides he wants it. Nagni! Report Nagni, please.
He is stealing farm. Literally a salty AD carry. Indonesia get the Bissell during that time. The Drake's working his way down the bot lane as Haru looks to try and chip in. He's scared away. There's one tier 2 left. That's in the mid lane.
Nagni does pick up Fenrir, so he might be able to just dive the back line and kill everyone.
He'd better. There's the hizzy fit out. Nagi in. Retaliate. Damage on Poker. Nothing more. They lose the tower in mid. That was their best opportunity. Now they'll need to kill that Drake, but they have no attention for it. Instead, it's the mid lane. Korea to hold. Bot lane high ground stands on a sliver.
Probably a good decision to go for mid there, otherwise the mid ground tower would have definitely died. Now they need to hold on to this bot tower though, because Indonesia's coming forward. They do
Good
get
hissy fence.
clear.
Pig's been playing real well.
Yeah, very well done by Pig, and that does scare off Indonesia, but not for long. Here they come.
Wave clear, successful.
Oh,
Nagni.
nice friendship. Not friendship, sunshine.
Nagni's mobility here has been really good because he can jump in, pop the retaliate, and then they can't stun him. So he's like the perfect wave clear, but Y-Force disagrees. Full tower dive. He two-shots the tower. It's gone. Y-Force in trade. Nagni has to flicker away. Haru's already gone. Korea down a key member. This mid-high ground should fall as well. Nagni's trying to get the wave clear, but he can't make it work. And Nagni, by the time he's back from healing up, can do nothing but stare at the ruins of their mid lane.
Somehow Y-Force goes in with the Death's Embrace, but Mither is the one to take the fall. They still, however, get 2 high ground towers, and that's what they came for. So they will happily back off and accept what they've taken.
So it just seemed inevitable to me that that happened, because Y-Force was playing Omen. Like, of course he does that.
Right. It seemed like Nagni probably should have jumped up and taken the wave before that happened. But I guess they didn't need the wave to kill it anyway.
They didn't need the wave. Y-Force could have done that, like, regardless.
Yeah.
That tower was gone the second they didn't think the Drake was a biggie.
Yeah. Drake can kill towers, as it turns out. Anyway, this is a big deal. Enraged Abyssal Dragon goes over to Indonesia, which means they have a massive team fight buff. And they're heading right over. Oh, Dagny.
Yeah, there's the Hunter's Mark for a kill. Han's gone. We're out in trouble as well. Has to dash away, but does do so. Wind shift gets him to safety. Y-Force lands the Death's Embrace. That's Nang-Yi in trouble, but Nagni takes the front lines. The Fenrir's Tooth, the Sage buff. It all lands up. Finally, he stands up, and now it's a Dark Slayer rush for Korea. Indonesia still have the players up to turn this fight. Pig's there with the vision, but they can't do it. Drake in hand, Poke in trouble. He'll go down. Korea, you've got to be kidding me. Y-Force in trouble as well. Can he get out? No, he's got to turn. Mither obliterates them. Indonesia wins the fight. A triple kill.
Youngie is pushing down mid. He's like, guys, team, what happened?
Quad kill.
They all died. Mither killed them all. They were marching down the top lane like they had come back, like it was their turn to shine. But Mither says, no, thank you. You are going down, my friend. That's a quad kill. And now Indonesia's coming back to finish the game off themselves.
One Raz versus 4 angry boys, and the Raz comes out on top. My God.
I am in shock that the Indonesian team is not more hyped than they are.
He's scratching his head.
Unbelievable.
What
they
happened?
were about to lose the game. They had multiple members down. They were facing a deficit. And then Raz just walks in. He just waltzes up. It's like, hi, you're dead now. Oh my goodness. What in the
Everyone's
world?
depressed after that one. Indonesia lock their shot at playoffs. It is, and I must stress this, a shot. They must do well in their game versus Vietnam and China still to come.
Korea, there is almost no chance. Actually, yeah, there's almost no chance they get in.
Do they need to 2-0 Thailand and everything else goes their way?
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much that, yeah.
They will play Thailand as the third to last game of the night. That'll be in 3 more sets. Even 3 either way. We have 6 more games to go, as that would add up to.
You know, TJ, you know how sometimes the producer or whoever decides the MVP, a lot of times they just ignore who was doing all the work the entire game.
Would you approve of that here?
Yeah, they just like, I don't care what happened the rest of the game.
MVP. I know Y-Force tore up that game, but like everything was standard business. Korea turned it round, so it didn't really matter. And then Mither 1v4s real quick in the top lane and wins.
He single-handedly turned the game from heavily favoring Korea at that point to Indonesia just win the game.
You know what it honestly is? It's that boomstick, because they were all clumped. So he just got like repeating AoE damage.
Yeah, and I don't know if he power surged first, but that would be a really interesting strategy if he decided to forego the power surge, because boomstick has a 5-second cooldown, right? So you can only use on one ability. I wonder if he went straight in for whatever explosive KO or whatever knockup that he did. It does go to Mither, okay? I wonder if he decided to do that on purpose so he got the maximum AoE damage. That would be insane to do that on purpose and get the maximum damage off, but
all the Team Indonesia boys are very handsome. I feel like I've missed a trick here. A clean-cut victory. And a 2-0 for Indonesia.
Their first wins of the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Good performance from them. We'll go to a break when we return. Vietnam, Chinese Taipei played Thailand. I'm not good at throwing the breaks today. That'll be a very fun match.
No.
China.
Wait, I want to watch it. Let's watch it together.
Okay. Mither. Ho.
Oh my goodness. He literally just explosive KO'd 3 people and then finished off Pig.
Oh my god. Hold me, Daniel.
That was
because I'm scared to enter Mither's embrace. Indonesia 2-0 Korea. Will be back. A rematch of one of the best games from the AIC, the best games from the AWC 2018. The best team out of Chinese Taipei takes on the best team out of Thailand. The GCS versus the RPL in just about 10 minutes.
Bao nhiêu hy sinh để đổi lấy người ca, bao năm chinh chiến mãi vươn trời xa, còn nhiều thử thách con tim còn rộn rã. Unveil the new challenge, đứng lên từ những sai lầm, để ngày mai ta dẫn đầu, đỉnh cao kia ta vẫn treo. Unveil the new challenge, dẫu bao gian khó e dần, chờ con sóng lớn vươn bay. We came here to ride the tide. Let's ride the tide. Rewrite the title. Let's ride the tide. We came here to ride the tide. Let's ride the tide. Rewrite the title.
Là người chinh cho mình rất nhiều điểm. Một bên là tình huống vẫn tung được 4 người đến từ đề không được. Nhưng mà đẹp luôn. Xuân Bắc đang tới. Của Tuấn và trả thù thành công. Hai là thất vọng quá rồi. Hana cũng thêm một người nữa đó là Ghét. Và thậm chí anh Hằng tiếp tục quay trở lại chơi. Đây chắc là người thứ 3.
我们今天对上这两支队伍，就是用我们最基本的战术去赢得比赛，当中还有一些小失误，我觉得我们可以再改进，更完美的赢得这场比赛。
我觉得我今天表现不太满意，因为我觉得这场游戏可以更快结束。最大的对手是我们自己，因为我们自己只要把状态调整好，不管哪一队都不是我们的对手。你们都放马过来吧。
Kalau di saat itu soalnya kita bukan kita, bisa dibilang akunya banyak mistake, terus kayak terlalu over PD, terlalu overextend dan musuhnya memanfaatkan itu, jadi ya mungkin gara terus kitanya agak blunder, ya begitulah, jadi kita kalah. Ya nggak expect mereka bakal kuat banget dan kita kurang persiapan untuk melawan mereka. Ya semoga aja, aku berharap untuk kedepannya kita bisa menang untuk lawan mereka saat melawan mereka.
저는 저한테 8점을 주고 싶습니다. 왜냐하면 맞춰지키기에 성공해서 한 세트에 좋은 성적을 거뒀기 때문에 저는 그 8점에 만족하고요. 2점은 아쉬운 점은 두 번째 세트 때 살짝 아쉬운 결과가 나와서 그것을 보완하면 10점을 주도록 하겠습니다. 오늘은 아네트만 써가지고 저의 트레이드 마크인 그렉을 못 보여드렸기 때문에 다음 상대에는 제 트레이드 마크인 그렉을 보여서 꼭 승리를 이루도록 하겠습니다.
ก็ทำตามแผนที่วางกันมาอย่างดีนะครับ แล้วก็เขาก็มีข้อผิดพลาดของทีมเขามาทำให้เราใช้ข้อผิดพลาดของเขาทำให้เรากลับมาชนะได้
ครับก็จริงๆก็ชื่นชอบทุกๆทีมครับผมแต่ว่าที่ชื่นชอบเป็นพิเศษเลยก็คือทีมเวียดนามครับผมเพราะว่าทีมเขาแข็งแกร่งมากๆครับก็ทำไมถึงชื่นชอบทีมเวียดนามนะครับก็คือทีมเขาเป๊ะมากๆเขาเอาข้อผิดพลาดจากทีมเรานะครับผมทำให้เอาข้อผิดพลาดนั้นกลับไปทำให้ทีมเขาชนะครับ
ก็ไม่ต้องห่วงอะบอกเพื่อนร่วมทีมว่าไม่ต้องห่วงเพราะว่าถ้าเรากลับมาคืนฟอร์มเราสามารถเข้ารอบแน่นอนเข้ารอบได้ก็สามารถสู้ทุกทีมได้แน่นอน
Trong trận đấu với cả Trung Quốc thì cả hai trận bọn em đều big Superman. Thứ nhất là đây là con tướng rất là thuận tay với anh gấu. Thứ hai là để khắc chế đội hình có nhiều xạ thủ của đối phương khi có Kali, Lindit và Elsu. Cho nên là con bài Superman này khá là hiệu quả và đã giúp bọn em giành chiến thắng cả hai game. Thì trong trận thắng Trung Quốc ngày hôm nay lúc cuối trận em có thể một động tác ăn mừng thì đấy chỉ là vui thôi nhưng mà em nghĩ cái động tác đó không phải ai cũng làm được cho nên là em muốn nhân đấy để gửi tới đối thủ của mình chỉ có người đặc biệt mới có thể làm được những động tác đó.
Khi em được đánh trên sân nhà em cảm thấy rất là tự tin vì được mọi người cổ vũ và động viên cho em và em sẽ lấy nó để làm động lực để em cố gắng hết mình. Em muốn cảm ơn tất cả mọi người đã luôn ủng hộ và theo dõi cùng team của em và em sẽ cố gắng hết mình, sẽ không bao giờ làm cho mọi người phải thất vọng.
因为我们在慢慢摸索适合自己团队的打法和阵容，所以我们在战绩上会有些许波动，但我相信我们会变得越来越强的。因为战况太激烈了，我们都不知道他4杀了，所以失手抢他的5杀。兄弟，抱歉，如果下次我4杀的时候不要抢我的5杀哦。
We're back. The Arena Valor World Cup continues now with the best match of the day, at least in my opinion, because it's the chance for Thailand to answer some questions. They're going head-to-head against Chinese Taipei, and after a disappointing performance yesterday, the team that we expected to contend for the championship has the opportunity to play the reigning world champions. D2, you're joining me on the call for this one. Do you have a firm prediction?
I'm about to even the score.
Oh,
sorry.
That's all I got.
What? Okay.
I was giving you back.
Anyway. Okay. I actually disagree with you that this is the best matchup. I think the last match of the day between Chinese Taipei and Vietnam is the best matchup, but
No. I didn't say closest match, right? Because we all expect that Vietnam match, it's a rematch of the finals of the AIC. Yeah. So, of course, we expect that match to be the bangiest of bangers. But this match is the opportunity for Toyota Diamond Cobra to answer some questions. That's why
there's
it's
a lot
more
of drama
important to me.
Yeah, well, this match is more important. I agree with that. This has a lot of drama. Like the last match, it could go either way, and they could still meet each other in the finals. It might not even matter, right? This match, this could have real lasting impact on how both teams do with the rest of the tournament, particularly Thailand.
Let's get into it then. The pick ban, the draft. You dodged my question. Give me a prediction.
I think that Thailand, this TDC team, has enough championship medal and just championship fortitude and
you think they'll hold?
They have courage without getting too R-rated. They have lots of courage. They have lots of
about to even
fortitude.
Score.
Yeah. So that's all to say that I love this Chinese Taipei team. They're extremely good. They're defending champions. They are dominant. They haven't lost in the playoffs, TJ, since the winners finals of the AIC.
Right.
Okay, they haven't lost a game. They haven't
No.
lost a game. Not a series,
I'm gonna let
a
you
game.
finish, but I have something to say.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, that was it. All right.
Anyway, so anyway, I love this Chinese Taipei team.
Right.
But I just feel something in the air. I feel the sun, the aura of the sun. And I think I can't give them any more than the game, but I'll give them a game. I think it's a tie.
All right, I'm going 2-0 for Thailand because I think they're mad. They're 2 games down, and they didn't expect to be there.
Chinese Taipei is the Mad Team, because their team name is Mad Team.
You're being pedantic. Elsu will be the first pick with cover, as always from Sun, but it's Hayate they lock in.
They know firsthand how devastating Hayate can be. We saw that in the first day when they played against China. They were dominating the matchup. They were up about 8,000 gold, mind you. They were up 8,000 gold and got wiped out because Hayate popped off. That is how powerful Hayate can be. And they go for the other big boy of this early stages of the AWC, and that's Darcy.
This is a real good draft for Thailand, who should be the undercard here. After dropping an unexpected series to China early on in the tournament, we counted them out. They struggled during several of their matches afterwards. Yesterday, we said Thailand wildcard looked like the strongest Thai team at the AOV World Cup 2019. Today, they have a chance to prove us wrong. Chinese Taipei, on the other hand, well, they're the reigning world champions, as yet undefeated. 6 wins, no losses. What's not to say?
So, one thing I really like about them picking Hayate and Darcy is that it gives the non-Sun and non-J-Jack members a very powerful hero to play on. And there might be some extra pressure on them, but it also allows them to really perform. Whereas if you give Sun or J-Jock the best hero, then yeah, they can really just do wonders, but then the rest of the team might struggle. And I feel like J-Jock and Sun, they can really play anything.
How do you feel about Nakroth Marja for Chinese Taipei? That gives them a lot of mobility.
Marja, I don't even know what to think about Marja. She has like a 6% pick rate.
I think she's underrated.
Three out of 4 of those picks were from wins here. Of course, it's worked because it's on Chinese Taipei. Well, okay, it's easy to think that she's been doing well because 3 out of 4 times she's been picked, it's been by this Chinese Taipei team. But Wins has done a very good job on her, so you can't really blame him.
Richter locked in as the final answer for Thailand. Here comes the second bans. Teamy out, a net out. Neither team has a support, neither team will let one through.
Richter can play support, especially with J-Jack here. J-Jack loves playing Richter support.
That might be where we're headed. My god. There are no supports left. Chakra? Crashed? I feel like we're on global pick ban already, scraping the bottom of the barrel. Cricknack. Ooh. Mid Darcy?
Ooh. Seems like it. Could be Silent Darcy as well with Hayate in mid. I've seen lots of teams run Hayate in mid. Or in the past, I mean, not AWC.
Cricknack.
That would be a huge waste of Cricknack's abilities. You'd rather just play like...
Cricknack.
It's just not worth it.
Omen Alice, there's your support from Chinese Taipei. Don't know who is whispering in Thailand's ears. So they could still trap the crashed. At that point, you got mid Darcy, Richter, Hayate as the side lanes, Cricknack jungle. I'd be real down for that. Get Search plays a real good Cricknack jungle. The other option is I see a world in which Richter is the support here. And we get something else spicy in the sideline.
I would love to see something spicy in the sideline. Spice up my day. You know, this still could be Silent Crushed.
Where's it go? J-Jack on the crashed currently, so likely support crashed.
Oh, no, nope.
Yep, there we go. Richter in the support. I'm real happy.
Only this AD, or excuse me, it's this AHQ team, no, excuse me, this TDC team, I had it right the first time, except I missed it. Anyway, only this team would put Sun on Crest and Richter on J-Jack because they do this all the time. And I've never seen J-Jack play Crushed. I've seen Sun play plenty of Crushed, and J-Jack loves to play the Richter support.
And support Richter is just about the only form of Richter I'm a fan of. You get fed on him towards the late game, dive into team fights. Your team basically has five attack characters.
The thing is, in the early game, it's very much like having a Sephra too, right? Because you already have plenty of damage in the early game. Yeah. By the way, Sun, I know he picked Crash, and I know Crash is a huge teamfight hero, but Sun plays Crash like no other Crash plays Crash. He just plays it like he used to play Chogner back in the day. He just cuts waves, and he can't die. That's basically why he picks Crash. It's very, very strange.
He abuses the tankiness of the character to get so much further into the jungle than he should.
Yeah. And then sometimes a couple of heroes will try to take him out, and then one rotation from J-Jock and they're all dead because they forgot that Sun just has his ult that kills everyone.
You know what this feels
he
though?
He doesn't join the team fight.
This is a real confident draft from Thailand. This is them saying, alright, yesterday wasn't our day, today will be. It's game number 1 between Chinese Taipei, the world champions, and the team with something to prove. Thailand needing to show up their performance in day 1.
You know, it's oh my goodness. It's so insane how a couple of snipes at the beginning of the game can completely change the complexion of the early game. J-Jack going in, but Mr. Sun doesn't want to follow up because guess what? He got sniped out. Imagine how much more damage I could have gotten on Benny there if Star hadn't landed those snipes.
Star's going to land his snipes, though. That's something to be aware of if you're over on the Thai side. Mr. Stuns is constantly going to have to be playing around that.
Oh, Sun's playing the Abyssal lane. Interesting. You know what this is? Yeah, they're switching. They're switching. So they wanted the right matchups. So they thought that they were gonna have the Marja in the bot and Omen top, but Chinese Taipei switched it, and so now Thailand has to switch it back. So they both switched it, and it kind of screwed up Thailand.
Nice. Oh, are they going to switch as well? Yeah, they are. Chinese Taipei throws the Marja down from the top lane. Settles there.
Musical chairs all day. Just musical chairs. You switch, we all switch, because I don't want the right matchup for you.
And now that they know the Omen's in lane, does Sun switch back?
Might happen. Or Getzert just goes in ahead and goes for Benny!
Yep, that's an opening. Benny in trouble. Star trying to find the flank. Benny down to half HP.
Benny too fast, though. Too much zoom, Mr. Sunsets a flicker.
Yeah, Neil back into the front line, slowing things down. J-Jack on the support has an extra bit of poke. Watch Hughes on here from the top, going through with the Death's Beacon. He's going to need to burn Flicker to survive, and he does.
Wow, these teams really evenly matched, which is a good sign for Team Thailand. They are keeping up with the defending champions.
Oh, J-Jack, you see that? He baits out the snipe. Fancy footwork. Gets rid of the sentry because of it.
Beautifully done. And that's why you play Richter on the support.
Well,
Abyssal goes down.
It was, yeah, Abyssal to Thailand. It was extra easy for him to get it. Oh, wins. Oh, Getzert just looks at him real intimidating, and he burns Ghostwalk.
Oh, okay.
Getzert flies through the area, buzzes past him. He's like, I hit the button!
We need like a switch counter on the screen, by the way. This is like the 8th switch we had already this game.
J-Jack
between
back.
top and bottom.
To support this, but Moonwan, you're right, to the top lane. Playing into the Omen, a favorable matchup for Thailand. So what did Chinese Taipei do? I assume switch back. There's the Hissy Fit, just for zone. Benny's there. They also brought Star from the mid lane.
Win trying to be cheeky, but Getzer's is coming.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's there, but the dive won't come through. It was well timed. Getzer's drone drop wore off.
Yeah, you can actually use Terrifying Plague while you're flying in drone drop. So he tried to bait out the Ghostwalk, which he did, but then it ran out, unfortunately for him. But the baits are real. Oh.
J-Jack. Oh, that was so good! His retaliation eats the Dimensional Cube and a snipe. Nicely done.
He seems so back and forth. It's actually insane. But at the end of the day, that Abyssal Dragon is looming large because Thailand has the slight gold lead, about 600 or so. They're trying to hold on, but the chunk's always coming from Chinese Taipei.
There was nobody in that bush when Benny checked it. J-Jack just like full speed ahead, sprints into the sunshine. Uh-oh. Oh. Kunai blitz from Moonwan. Yuzon just leaves.
Yeah, that is a mistake because Kunai blitz, it does more true damage after you hit him 6 times. So that's not going to do any damage unless you've already attacked him a couple times.
Sun in the bot lane is just playing hard defense in the matchup. Chinese Taipei haven't swapped back that lane matchup.
Maybe they're happy with it.
For
they're
now.
Happy with just having, having Hayate up top because they don't have to deal with it when they get to the team fight. Oh, Sun.
Metamorphosis wins out of Ghostwalk top lane. Yuzon down. J-Jack with the Mark of the Hunter will get the kill. There's your support, Richter, paying dividends. Chinese Taipei will try and turn this by focusing down the Abyssal Dragon because they forced out the Metamorphosis. They have an opportunity to do so. 5k, 4k HP, 3k, no attempt to intervene. It'll go over to Chinese Taipei.
Thailand with a little bit of a slip up there because instead of going straight to the Abyssal, which Sun had successfully distracted for a while, they instead try to push mid and don't really get anything out of it.
I'm real curious what exactly the reason for this mid lane Darcy is? Is it just Getsurge's Nacroft that's that good?
Yeah, they probably felt like they needed a Nacroft to make this work. They didn't really want to have the jungle Darcy going against the opposing Nacroft. And so they wanted a correct Knight to be able to kind of counter that matchup.
Sun has ult. He can't be taken. Benefit of the crash, you're just not going to kill him underneath tower if he has ult.
But Wims can just ignore him though and start taking the minion wave.
Sun disagrees. He'll keep coming.
He's not... Oh, Mr. Sun.
Mid lane. Yeah. Portal has to be spent. Moon one, the kunai blitz. It's a kill for free. Now the snipe to try and find the trade. Moon one in trouble. Death Embrace onto the wrong target. J-Jack goes down, but that's okay. Ghost Walk will not find the kill and Getsurge. Thailand lose the trades though. This tower should fall. Suns is trying to intervene. There's Sun himself, but Yuzon's already got Mr. Suns. Now can Sun stop Yuzon? No. Not at all. He's low, but Sun doesn't have the damage. Not on crashed. He'll even bully Wins a bit.
That was a little bit unfortunate for Thailand. They probably could have gotten a little bit more done there if they had just coordinated that more successfully.
Kunai blitz. Star stuns him up, but kill still comes through.
Hayate is Elsu's worst nightmare, TJ. Once he gets on top of you, there's not a whole lot you can do. He just throws those shuriken, throws those kunai out, and there's nothing you can do about it. Have you muted your mic to me?
Moonbot down into bot lane.
I'm so confused. I'm like, should I just jump in
I mean,
here?
I was gonna start talking several times, but then you didn't start talking, and I was like, ooh.
Well,
how long does it go?
I had the... it felt like you muted your mic to me, and then we'd just be talking at the same time to the viewers, which has happened before in the past.
I just thought we'd both, you know, be about to start and then about to stop. One kill comes through down bottom. Uh-oh, Ghost Walk does not keep him safe. Wins in trouble. Mark of the Hunter through the hissy fit announcer. Does not trade out. Neil wants the kill and will shut down J-Jack.
It's unbelievable how long Wind was able to stall the entire team there. Did a ton of damage and took forever to kill as well. It's very well done by him. It basically led directly to the kill back on J-Jack.
Uh-oh. You good there, son? Yeah, he is. The mid lane tower is finally converted. That was a pickup just from Star.
So, Muon has the capacity to carry this game. The only person who can realistically catch Muon is Neil. Everyone else is going to be terrorized by him. He has a better matchup against everyone on the map. Benny can help out a little bit by using her friendship, obviously. But this is going to be very hard to get to, and not to mention that if you try to overextend for him, then you have to deal with Mr. Suns as well, who's providing that damage as well. So it's going to be difficult for Chinese Taipei, but they've shown that they can deal with
Neil! He's gone! Getsurge deletes two! Surely not! Finally, Star finds the kill. Disengage over the wall, gets him to safety and trades out. Getsurge can't get even.
Oh my goodness, Getsurge just jumps, finds his opportunity to take out Neil, knew he had no dodges left. Oh
the way Neil, the way Star played that though, Star sits there brawling out with his disengage, risking the burst damage, so that at the very last moment he can disengage over the wall and get the kill.
Well, he knew the cooldowns of Getsurge. He knew he wasn't going to 100-0 right away. All he could do was auto attack at that point, and yeah, he does a ton of damage with auto attacks, but Star really calculated perfectly at the very end, gets to disengage.
J-Jack not having the best of times, that must be said.
Well, part of being a support is protecting your team, which means taking the hits So he's happy to just get in the front lines, even if he's the target.
I'd love to see the support Richter build, see if it's changed since he last ran it.
Typically, support Richter still plays pretty aggressive with the build because you want to get those kills.
We saw a couple support Richters in South America during the Valor series. Perfect for that region's playstyle, and it must be said it's 6-6 around the 11-minute mark. I feel like I'm back there.
Definitely.
Kill a
pretty
minute.
even gold. Pretty even gold. Chinese Taipei is ahead in towers just because of the positioning of those towers. It's better to have the mid tower because you can easily maneuver around the opponent's jungle that way. But very, very even between these two.
Benny, you're surely gone. Mark of the 105 to Kunai Blitz on the wins was good. Now Mr. Sums is in trouble with the portal away. He's a madman. Yuzon finally chases him down, but Getsearch and Sutter in the area of the combo will be good. Surely Getsearch in. No, Yuzon wins the trade. Sun has to sprint after him. Will find the kill. J-Jack's trying to run away up the mid lane and should be able to build the distance, but the same can't be said for Sun, who's moving too slow, slithering too slow over the wall. Neil has the chase, and he will shut down the crashed.
That was so surprising. Do you even know how Muon died? I think it was a snipe because he disappeared from the screen, TJ.
I didn't call it as a kill because I thought he teleported somehow, flickered off screen.
Yeah, I thought so too. I saw the same exact thing. I thought he maybe dashed somewhere because Hayate maybe does weird things. He literally just disappeared. And I think it was a snipe from Star that was ridiculous and certainly changed the complexion of that fight because even Ahate, who's extremely low, can kite for days. That snipe from Star could have saved that, could have made it so that Chinese Taipei wins the fight and in succession gets the Dark Slayer.
What a shot. I want to see how much damage Star is doing against his next target because that's ridiculous if that was a kill. He just built Fenrir's Talon, so
Fenrir's Tooth, yeah.
Fenrir's Tooth. So it wasn't that. Moon one in, wins.
Well, you have to remember that Hayate has a tiny, tiny health pool, like one of the smallest in the entire game. Even amongst marksmen, it's very small.
Uh-oh. Thought they'd get out. Oh well, just takes a little bit longer. So Drake summoned. Pretty defensively as per the standard for Chinese Taipei. Will clean up the wave up top. Yuzon, why are you here? Moonwon just goes in. The Kunai Blitz will find the damage.
That's a really big loss for them. No space created on the other side as well, so really no gain. Good job by Thailand sniffing him out. That snipe could kill. Muon at that health will die to a snipe.
Oh my god, yeah. That explains the vanishing Moonwon. That's real big damage.
That was actually a very good guess by Star as well. Going straight into that bush. This is the pushing power of Sun as well. Doing a really good job distracting.
Late game.
And by the way, that's... Yeah.
Late game Sun has come online.
Kind of. There's only so much you can come online as Crash, but by the way, that's why you summon the dragon so far back. Even after all the time, even after they get the kill, it's hard for Thailand to jump on this Drake. Because it's so far back.
Wins. Being poked. Oh, that portal. But he's in Ghost Walk. He'll survive. Benny will get poked. Star lands a big snipe. He's doing massive damage. The Drake finally is slain.
This is tense times for both teams because if you're Thailand, you can chunk people with... You can basically 100 to 0 people with Darcy and Perignac, but on the back end, you can get killed by the opponent like that with Star.
Yeah. Star gets out. J-Jack just wanted the knock-up. Look at how much he does to Moonwon.
Yeah. And that's why you saw the J-Jack actually use Retaliate in a situation where no one was even there.
Abyssal. Thailand aren't on the Abyssal. Neither are Chinese Taipei now as they back up. Sun scares them so much.
I'm not sure if Sun even has that much damage. I really want to see the build.
Star's landing snipes, by the way.
Turns out snipes hurt. Just a little bit. They released the dragon again. I feel like they can just take this.
They could have. They could have at least forced Thailand to fight them. Maybe Chinese Taipei just don't feel confident with that. Sun in the area. Abyssal at 5k. Dropping now as Chinese Taipei begin to convert. Thailand aren't in the area. They've got a vision. They don't know. 3k on it. Neil falls back. They've got to suspect. 2k on Dragon. And it's gone.
Not a whole lot that Thailand could have done there. Chinese Taipei with immaculate positioning, really warding anyone off from being able to come in. Thailand didn't want to go in a straight line because obviously that allows for Chinese Taipei to just converge on them. But when they tried to fan out, it was great matching by them as well. This is basically like an offensive line there from the side of Chinese Taipei, just matching player for player from Thailand. Great defense.
Darkslayer, Neil trying to solo. He's got Star as well. Can Thailand do anything? No.
Yeah, I think Thailand definitely needed to give that up. Again, just amazing zoning, amazing positioning here from Chinese Taipei. They're in exactly the right spot to zone out every single member, and that's extremely hard. That is not teamfight mechanics. That is, okay, you go there, I go here, and you know, when you're not actually physically playing a sport, that can be very, very difficult to pull off.
J-Jack, Sun, Moon1 up top. Wins and Neil will take this tower against them. The remaining two members of Thailand are towards mid. The 4-man core of Chinese Taipei, now 3-man, drifts out to clear a wave. Up top, this Drake should be shut down. Wins and Benny are just harassing. Wins might have overstepped. He just burned Hissy Fit. 3-man rotate in. Neil as well. That means he'll be safe. Here's the mid tower. Dimensional. Oh, it's not enough. Get Search tries to go in, but they didn't find the tags with the portal. And that means Chinese Taipei get another tower for free.
They did proc the Hercules Madness on Neil, though. That's a slight deal that could allow them to kill him a little bit easier later on.
Tower in the bot lane. Use on Benny. Go in. Half HP on it. Less than a third. High ground gone. Chinese Taipei looking for the game. Kunai Blitz doesn't do enough damage. Moon1 down. Sun burned down as well. Big damage from Mr. Suns, but he can't convert. Chinese Taipei have done it. No HP on any of the heroes. Gensert goes in. He can't find a kill. It's just Sun left. Already Metamorphosis blown. He acknowledges it. That will be game number 1 to Chinese Taipei.
Two teams with championship medal, two teams with championship experience in that match. And the most recent defending champions show what they're made of. Thailand had a lead for a large portion of that game. The Chinese Taipei. What can you say? Just so solid, no cracks in the armor. And eventually they just wear you down.
What a game.
That was so well played by both sides.
Yeah. Poor Thailand, though. They needed that win.
They really did.
They have one more shot at it, one more crack at this set. Chinese Taipei remain undefeated. 7-0 is their win-loss. Here is your stat screen.
Neil is getting so ridiculously good at Necroth, you almost feel like you have to ban it. The problem with Neil is that he's not a one-trick Necroth. He's amazing like every single other jungler as well.
But the fact that he plays a good Necroth means that they're not scared of Darcy's. Like, that's power.
And it really messed with Mr. Suns. He wasn't able to do what he's normally capable of doing. What a game. What a game by Neil. Sar as well, obviously. He edges out Neil in the score by virtue of hitting basically every snipe.
Look at the completed build there on Star if you want to know what to build on Elsu. And take a look at how much damage he did if you want to know what a good Elsu does.
Yeah, I like that build a lot. The boots can go either way, but going for the Murmasa right away. Normally, don't go Murmasa on heroes because the percentage pierce doesn't really work as well against armor against as Rank Breaker does early. But because there's already percentage pierce in Elsu's kit, it really combines well. So Elsu's one of the few heroes where you can get Muramasa early. He goes straight into Fenrir's. He got Fafnir's as well to get those auto attacks faster, and then he went double revive, so it's extremely hard to kill him.
Neil looks like a deer in the headlights in this picture.
No, he's the headlights, you're the deer.
Oh no. I certainly feel that way. We asked at the beginning of the set, who wins this game? The answer was us. The real winner? The people who got to watch that set, and there's still one game left to go. Don't go far. Chinese Taipei continue to take on Thailand in game number 2 of this best of 2 when we return in maybe 2 to 5 minutes.
Dù kẻ địch đang mai phục với ngàn công thức, ta tung ra đòn chí mạng kết thúc truy sát đến cùng. Chưa một lần nhanh, chưa một lần nương tay, những kẻ đã nằm xuống sẽ chẳng có cơ hội gượng dậy. Tiếng hò reo tán tương hội thiên tai trên con đường này, chân ta vẫn phải bước dù phía trước là những cuồng quay. That's right.
Bao nhiêu hy sinh để đổi lấy người ca, bao năm chinh chiến mãi vươn trời xa, còn nhiều thử thách con tim còn dấu dã.
Unveil the new challenge, đứng lên từ những sai lầm, để ngày mai ta dẫn đầu, đỉnh cao kia ta vẫn treo. Unveil the new challenge, dẫu bao gian khó e dần, chờ con sóng lớn vươn bay. We came here to ride the tide, let's ride the tide, rewrite the title. Let's ride the tide, we came here to ride the tide. Let's ride the tide, rewrite the title. Let's ride the tide, we came here to ride the tide.
Cứ thế đi đưa lời mời gọi của con tim, nếu đôi khi chẳng cảm nhận nổi được niềm tin. Dòng máu truyền bình trong ta cứ sôi lên từng nhịp, càng nhiều địch bám đuổi cuộc chơi càng phấn khích. Ta đi lên nơi đây từ hai bàn tay trắng, khi vân châm ta xem thành bại tại kỹ năng. Ngày mai đêm mang về đây như chiến thắng, để khỏi đến ta lừng lẫy khắp liên quân. Bao nhiêu hy sinh để đổi lấy người ca, bao năm chinh chiến mãi vươn trời xa, còn nhiều thử thách con tim còn dấu dã.
Unveil the new challenge, đứng lên từ những sai lầm, để ngày mai ta dẫn đầu, đỉnh cao kia ta vẫn treo. Unveil the new challenge, dẫu bao gian khó e dần, chờ con sóng lớn vươn bay. We came here to ride the tide, let's ride the tide, rewrite the title. Let's ride the tide, we came here to ride the tide. Let's ride the tide,
Chinese Taipei take game one. Thailand down 1-0 in the series. Their opportunity for redemption is nigh. My name is still TJ, still with D2 for the AWC 2019 Group Stage Day 4.
What day is it? Have I slept too long?
The AWC Group Stage Day number 4.
Oh, we're not day 5? Okay, good. Did I miss anything?
Only 3 games. Because it's game number 4. Day number 4. Thailand versus Chinese Taipei. Game number 2.
Yeah, I was just remarking on how long that break was.
It did take a while. Look, after that game, Chinese Taipei had to go get their hearts checked. They all went to the local hospital. They were like, no, you're fine. You're good to play. And they all came back to play.
I was going to hazard a guess that one of the players had to go to the bathroom for a while. But that's just me.
Look, it'll be a long bathroom break. All right, so game number 1.
Constipation is a real issue, okay?
Daniel, we're not having this discussion on the official feed. Chinese Taipei is for you and your doctor, and maybe one other person who's your significant other and not easily grossed out. Now, Chinese Taipei, Florentino and Annette is their first 2 locks, Yina, Raz, Richter. This is what we were talking about from Thailand. They're not bothering to draft the Darcy here, because they know if they do, so basically, because there is a good Nakroth in Neil, if they draft Darcy, they just run Nakroth on Neil and they lose.
Yeah.
So Thailand let it through, instead drafting Raz to mid.
Which makes me wonder why they just didn't ban either Darcy or Nakroth here. Like, the Tulin seems like a wasted ban to me. Because is Star really going to go that nuts on Tulin? I mean, he could, but not anything crazier than we've seen from Nakroth.
It was first ban as well. I wonder, normally when you do something like that, it's because you're trying to force something through. That says to me they wanted this Richter real bad. But
or the Yina.
Or the Yina, but the Yina would have gotten through anyway. If you ban Darcy, that Yina gets through anyway.
Jognar
with Nakroth, the 2 bans for Chinese Taipei. They have no need for the Nakroth because they have Darcy. Because Nakroth and Jognar are real good Darcy counters, they now have banned out everything that could oppose them, and they gotta be feeling real good about that. Now we see the moment of truth. Does Thailand have an answer to Darcy?
We'll have to ban first, which kind of... This is a tough choice for Thailand because they have to look 2 choices ahead and think, okay, what do we want to have with our pick? Which means, what do we want to have them not have so we can do better? Vera seems like a good all-around ban, though.
They're not winning this draft. Thailand's pretty far behind.
Yeah, based on the Darcy, I suppose. It's not a disaster,
based on the
though.
Darcy and the fact that everything that could counter the Darcy is already banned. Also Florentino. And they get Varus? My god. This better be a savage 1-2, Thailand.
Is this Varus mid? It seems like it.
Could be. It's probably the most likely outcome, as you say. It's possible the Darcy's mid, but very unlikely given that the Nakroth was banned. So it's probably jungle
Well,
Darcy.
I mean, they could just have... They could put Varus side and have a different mage mid still. But Darcy... Varus mid is very common once you pick Darcy.
Whoa. Quill and Joker is not where I saw this going.
Is this support Joker or support Richter?
Which would you prefer?
Joker. Support Joker. Just because what are you going to do with Joker otherwise? How are you going to... You're not going to get farmed enough to be able to use him properly. And plus, one of the strongest parts about Joker is his passive. And you can't aim on the Darcy. I think this is a hover. I don't think it's actually...
AWC.
I don't I don't think they're picking it. I will believe it when it goes to
Well,
0.
So all the other mages were banned. They were targeting Star's character pool.
You go Vera. They locked it. They locked in the Crixie.
They targeted Neil's character pool Star's character pool, and I think that it worked out. I don't know if everything else in the draft worked out. Congratulations, you got him to play Crixie. That's slightly unfavored into a lot of matchups, but also,
I think that's a win. That's a win for Thailand, because this is not some weird situation where, like, oh my god, the Crixie get picked. Like, there's not a lot you can do with Crixie, right? She's not polarized like other heroes. Like, for instance, if you pick Holly, she has crazy poke. If you pick Alistair, he has crazy lockdown.
He's got paper
If you
towels between his headset and his ears.
Hey, sometimes you have bleeding ears. I don't know.
No, I know exactly what that is, because I'm experiencing a similar problem. You wear the headphones for too long and they're not quite on right, they will start hurting your ears. Especially if you have big ears like I do. I get blisters after long days of broadcast.
Anyway, the point is that Crixie is not a specialized hero. She is like decent at everything, which means she's objectively she's objectively going to be vulnerable, right, to being outplayed here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like, oh well, you know, she's good at this, so that's why they picked her, right? She's just kind of okay at everything.
I think I disagree. I think the Crixie is, like, good. I don't think she's overpowered. She's not as good as she was at AWC 2018, for instance. But she's certainly viable. She certainly can do damage in team fights.
She's viable in Game 6 of Global Tick Ban.
You think she's a last-ditch effort?
Yeah. I think there could have been other picks here. But I think, okay, what they wanted to do is they didn't have a specific direction to go in, so they wanted an all-around good hero. But she is basically like a watered-down version of all the other top heroes, right? And that means that this Thailand team is going to be able to take advantage of that.
She's real good in team fights.
Kind of? Not really.
Way to give the camera shot of the dude that's suffering and put paper towels on his ears. 10 out of 10. We're into game number 1. Or 2, sorry. Of the Chinese Taipei main team versus Thailand. Wow. Help me, Daniel.
No, I'm gonna let you drown.
Glug, glug, glug.
By the way, we did get support Joker, and doing quite a bit of damage.
That's going to go well. I think that'll go better for J-Jack then. So, both games, they wanted extra damage, but I think J-Jack having the extra range from the Joker as well as the burst will work very well into Crixie and mid.
Yeah, I definitely think so, and which makes the Crixie even more surprising.
I mean, once again, what other options did Star have? It was like that or Alistair, which isn't great in this matchup.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is Prada, but I kind of hate Prada too, so... Huh? That's actually really good. Wind Cuffs gets a lot of damage on the Mr. Suns. By the way, we haven't seen much Muon on Richter.
Muon was like the hard carry of the last game on Hayate.
Right, but that's because he was given Hayate.
You don't think it was Muon playing well? Here's Gansearch. Wins in trouble. Jungle Strike will come through. First blood to J-Jack on the roaming Joker.
Very well done. Without that extra damage, without that extra slow from J-Jack, they do not get that kill. Especially since, as we've mentioned multiple times with Quillins, it takes them a long time to get farmed. So that's a big kill for them. Will certainly help Quillin get farmed up even quicker than before. Very nice by Star. Star's like 3-man knock up easy. Free hero, by the way.
Ooh, Spirit Sentinel fight. Yuzon's got a poke in. There's the portal. Neil to get close. Getsearch is gone in trade. Chinese Taipei strike back.
That is a major misstep here for Getsearch. He should know that he can't really fight with Quill unless he gets farmed up.
All that
And
jungle gets taken away too.
Yeah, that is why that's even more painful. There's no reason for him to go in there. There's no way he could have made that be successful.
This, son? Are you crazy? He gets the Spirit Sentinel and the kill.
I love how you're actually doubting Sun, as if that wasn't the easiest fight of his life.
But they just let him do it.
I mean, I don't want to mess with Sun. Do you? Oh my
No!
goodness, wins.
Then
Double
no,
bloody kiss.
apparently my teammates are incapable of backing me up. They all just left.
Oh my goodness! Sun, flicker sword.
Misses the flicker. Yuzon survives a similar fate. Uh-oh, down bottom.
There's just too much action in this game.
Same as game number one. Teams this close, the game is going to be a brawl, particularly when Thailand build their entire draft towards fighting. Neil up close. Challenges Sun. Sun in for 2 hits, but now there's the Moonfall, and Neil's there with Portal as well. It's close, but they get the kill. All of that, though, was bait. Thailand, in the meantime, pick up the Abyssal Dragon.
It was kind of bait, but I think maybe he could have backed up and said, "Oh my
A trade
goodness,
wins, caught out too far forward. Camera cuts away, and shame kill comes through. Top lane, Yuzon and Neil going for this tower, and Yuzon's in trouble. I don't think Mr. Suns can save this tower, but he will anyway, because my opinions are trash.
Very well done by Mr. Suns, baiting out the Blossom there from Florentino against Surge.
Can't get through. Benny saves the day. Portal, Moonfall, kill confirmed. J-Jack can't get anything. And Benny with the Hurricane Wall separates J-Jack, kiting him into Yuzon. Can Mr. Sun save him? He'll go through. Yes, rising uppercut to Sun. And it's the Sun, Mr. Sun's duo team for a trade back.
Are you kidding me with this game right now? They will never stop fighting. Won't stop both of these teams. Oh my goodness, Gensearch overextends the comeback from J-Jack and the save on his, and coming from Suns and Mr. Sun. Oh my goodness, UJ.
Thailand still have a kill lead, and technically had a gold lead until a moment ago.
No, they still do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's 1,000. It was 1,100, not just the 100. When the number switched over, they still had more. Yeah. Anyway, it's starting to disappear though. I don't think I can kill Yuzon again. Yuzon's struggling so far this game. 1.4k gold. Ouch. That said though, that means that's more in the coffers of Neil, who is starting to come online in a major way.
Uh-oh. J-Jack. Oh my god! He lives! Benny with the chase will find the kill. A Hurricane Wall ends it, but still wins fell. That's 1-1 on the trade. Benny doing good work there on the aggressive support.
Very well done by Benny coming in with... You very rarely see a kill off a Hurricane Wall.
This is just Mulan's just diving. He's doing this combo over and over again. Jump in, jungle strike. Upset Benny, retaliate, and I-frame the turret shot. Flicker, dimensional wall, keeps him safe, and Star just dunks on him. That portal, Gensearch, gone as well. My god, Gensearch survives. I don't quite know how, but the full combo doesn't quite take him down. It's still a very good showing of what Crixie and Neil can do together.
Yeah, I have to say, I wasn't considering the combo of those two. If they can continue to land the dimensional portals, then the knockup from Crixie becomes that much more devastating. Gensearch can't get caught like that from now on, or else he will be a dead assassin.
Star, flicker away, Benny with the Hurricane Wall again to save the day. That completely cuts off the play.
That was perfectly timed too as well.
J-Jack,
terrible day. Good night.
Can't Laughter confirms the kill.
Neil is starting to get into scary territory. He has the Trick Blade and the extra ability power. He's nearly to the Apocalypse, and when he picks up that item, he is going to hurt with every dimensional walk.
You asked earlier, what on earth is this game? And I say drenched in blood. Chinese Taipei ended that last exchange still down a kill, still, or rather now ahead in gold. For real this time. It is only a technicality though, both these teams so close.
Apocalypse has been picked up by Neil here. He's going to be doing major damage going forward.
Star.
Move on.
Moon1 has the kill. Nicely done. Will he get away? No. Neil with the snipe. But he's too far forward. And it's a 1-for-2 trade. Up top, gets searched through. Yuzon in trouble. Tower's gone. So's he. Bot lane. Neil and Wins want the answer, and they'll get it. Tower for tower, kill for kill. It's even trades across the board. Can Silent get more? Get Search thinks so. Sun will sit on the flank while Get Search focuses the tower. J-Jack can do the damage, and it's the tower confirmed. Now positive as a trade for Thailand.
His aggression coming out from Thailand has been very well done by them, and really, sorry?
Sun on the Star.
Yeah.
He doesn't
missed
get
on
the
that.
full commit.
Yeah, he missed on his initial ability, which made him go, oh, J-Jack!
Portal through, J-Jack's gone. Moon1 looks for the flag, but misses the jungle strike.
Uh-oh.
How do you get out of this, Sun? Yuzon on the chase. Sun in trouble. Can't do anything as the Moonfall comes through. It's 4 members, but that's what it takes to kill him. All the while, Thailand focus the Abyssal Dragon. Wins is in the area. Moon1 has his eye on him, his eagle eye. And as soon as they get the Abyssal, he goes in with a jungle strike. Mark of the Hunter. Wins. Will not survive. This tower should fall as well. That means Chinese Taipei turn their focus. They'll trade tower for tower with the mid lane pickup, and they want more. Watch the top lane as the team rotates there.
I'm loving the aggression from this Thailand team. This is a far cry from what we've seen from them earlier in this tournament where they were playing very measured. I'm loving the fact that they're really taking risks and keeping it and taking it to Chinese Taipei rather than waiting for them to come to them.
This game is mad.
Yeah, that's their name, Mad Team.
That was the pun, but you called it out.
Hey, I was the one who said it. Wins picks up Frostgate. That's really good on Varus because she has extra range on her auto attacks. It's just as long as Malek's. So every time she uses an ability, doesn't even need to land it, she can get a slow on anyone around her. So basically, CC on demand.
And it works real well. Moon1 and Benny want to be able to control around that Darkslayer. That's what the zone's for. Currently,
weird zoning from both sides. They're kind of both on both sides at the same time.
Chinese Taipei almost lose another player in the top lane, but now Neil rotates through and it will be Moon1 as the sacrificial lamb. Thailand want an answer. They wanted to get it onto Wins. He's of course on Varus though. Can take the burst. Get Search and J-Jack just settle for wave clear. They're going to say, hey, if you want to go for that Darkslayer, we're going to be pushing your towers during that time, but it's 18 long seconds until Moon1 will respawn.
Big mistake by Moon1 using the retaliate too early. He might have been confused about the rules of Dimensional Portal because around 3 patches ago that did cleanse it, but nowadays you need to wait until it ticks off so you can actually use retaliate. You do get forced back anyway, but you're not going to take the damage.
Benny.
He's just doing a lot of damage with each power surge now. Since he's picked up that boomstick, and now his Hecate's died him. Oh, gets Search, kills, just gets a kill, runs away.
Well, Yuzon melted by a good combo there from Thailand. That helps them build their gold and kill lead. They don't have the gold though. You can see Chinese Taipei keeping pace just with these jungle invades. Now Thailand look to get a little bit better. There's the Abyssal over to them.
Get Search is doing a ton of damage, has the Clava Sancti to increase his crit damage. That's a very important on Quillen, and he has the rank breaker to demolish any squishy heroes. So anyone other than Wins or Benny is caught by him, he's going to be in trouble. Or they're going to be in trouble, I should say.
Everyone's in trouble. If they're not watching this game, Daniel, because this is one of the closest games of AOV I've seen all tournament.
Oh goodness, look at Neil. Loki's Curse, Apocalypse, Boomstick, and Hecate's item. He is going to melt anyone who gets even touched by a Dimensional Walk. Doesn't even need to be a full combo.
As they say, he's stacked. He's got Skrilla, Daniel.
Looks like he's building into Reyes Blessing for his final item here. And that will give him a little bit of survivability, but mostly damage coming out from Neil.
Is Reyes Blessing at all worth it if you're going full damage like that?
At some point, you want to have the Panic Shield. Also, the healing's good.
Use on Star, in with the Moonfall, Get Search, cannot get away. Use on finds the kill with Flower Dart. J-Jock barely stays ahead of the poke. The Butterfly doesn't quite connect, but worry now, Thailand, because the mid lane comes through. Get Search falling means a lot of their damage is gone, and Neil is absolutely power washing these towers. Sun looks for the wave clear, but he will go all the way in. That portal ticks. No, he's barely outside of the range. I think Benny knocked him out with his Hurricane Wall.
Oops. So before, J-Tech actually has Desticle. That's the reason why he was able to stay alive. It did connect on him. He would have died if not for the Desticle.
Can he connect here? Dark Slayer currently being taken. Mr. Suns and Moonwon both in the area. This is real risky by Chinese Taipei. I'd be astonished if they kept it going, and they agree. Oh my god, Star, Moonfall, full burst, Cat Laughter, but it's a trade. J-Dex got his bell, Venom, 2 for 1. This is real bad. Get Search pulled back in. Tyler needs to do better than this. They only have 2 players left as a 2 for 3 trade goes to Chinese Taipei around the Dark Slayer.
Normally, it's the Darcy that's the prey of the Quillen, but Quillen gets caught in Dimensional Portal, and Neil has his day with him.
Sun.
This could be a high ground tower.
In trouble, Yuzon's just focusing the tower. Sun needs to play this careful. He will not find the kill, cannot save the tower, goes down to Yuzon. Now Mr. Suns, because of that play, needs to do the impossible. The Arctic Orb doesn't keep him safe. 3 seconds on respawns. There is no wave. Taipei can't finish. Chinese Taipei just need to leave.
Oh my goodness. Big mistake there from Sun, trying to just go in between. He was in no man's land, didn't try to protect the tower, but also went back in and tried to take a fight that he could not take. He goes down. Mr. Suns had to give his life in order to keep the core alive, even if it just took the hits instead of the core. And that means that they are down that high ground tower and lucky to be still in this game.
I'm still not quite sure what I'm watching.
You're not alone. I don't know what's happening either. Raise Abyssal Dragons up, though.
Focused by Chinese Taipei. Whatever has happened, they do seem to be coming out on top. Once Neil and Yuzon hit their late game. Oh yeah, Thailand just focused the Dark Slayer. Raised Abyssal Dragon will go over. Here's the Dark Slayer.
Quillen is one of the fastest at killing Dark Slayer because he gets automatic crits every single time. J-Tech actually has Fenrir's Tooth now.
Moonwon's in trouble. Mr. Suns will get hit. Benny can't quite stun them up for long enough. Thailand get away with it. One objective for an objective. And the Slayer buff, I would argue, is better than the Dragon buff many times now.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the case. The problem here with Thailand is because they have Joker as a support, they have no front line. Every single one of their heroes has built very damagey and not very tanky. It's very hard to take a team fight when you have no one to stand up to Neil.
They can't hold this tower. Neil just power washes it. Yuzon pull back in. He says, okay, I'll go in. Portal ticks. Does pull J-Jack out. That could be game. Minions on the core. Get Search for the save. He can't kill Star. Mr. Suns needs to do it. Has one. 3 more to go. There are no minions. Can he hold? Here come the new minion wave from the defending base. It's still gotta be Mr. Suns. And he knows he can't do it. Into 3. And just like that, Chinese Taipei take game number 2.
Mr. Sun's too late on the defense. You can see why he was scared of the Dimensional Walk, but too late there, and that gives the game over to Chinese Taipei. They take control from the mid-game onward. Neil knows exactly that there's no way for a support to get to him. And that means that Chinese Taipei remain undefeated in this group of death.
7, now 8 wins and 0 losses for the world champions, and they look ready for another title. On the other side of the table, Thailand are now 2 and 6.
Not a good time to be a Thailand fan right now, if you are, or at least a TDC fan. They still have a slight chance because of the craziness at the bottom of the group, but Thailand is in real danger of not making it out of the group stage.
Here's your stats screen if you're curious just how good Neil is. Who's the best jungler in the world, Daniel?
It's got to be Neil. The only other person who I would put on Neil's level is not in this tournament, and that's first one. Because Buriram somehow got knocked out. But in this tournament, for sure, I got to say Neil.
I don't think you're wrong. Neil demonstrates that again. Quite possibly the best jungler in the world. In fact, I'll just do it for the rest of the tournament. I solemnly swear I will refer to Neil as the best jungler in the world, at least until proven otherwise.
At the very least, you can't really make an argument otherwise, right? You can't say he's not at least in the conversation. There's no argument to be made that he's not in the conversation for best in the world.
No. There goes MVP of this game, and you would be insane not to. 35% of the damage, 9 kills, 0 deaths, 5 assists. In a slugfest like that, that scoreline is absurd.
You know what's funny? Is the way that Chinese Taipei have been able to just completely dominate drafts because of Neil. Because now you have to ban Darcy. You have to. Because you can't pick him because you get countered. And then you can't let them have it because you just die. So you have to ban him.
What a game. We've got 4 more to go. Vietnam versus Indonesia come up next as perhaps the best contender to Chinese Taipei in this group. Will have their day versus an Indonesia team that just got a flicker of hope. They 2-0'd Korea. What do they do next to secure their playoff hopes? We'll find out. Don't go far. The Arena of Valor World Cup 2019 group stage continues after this.
cross Judgment Blade, knock up 4 people, and pave the way to victory for Team Chinese Taipei wildcard.
First blood!
Exemplary Superman push from Captain Gull left his opponent in pain.
My spirit will watch over you.
No. Multiverse!
ADC's 1000 IQ wriggle totally turns the tide of the battle in Team Vietnam's favor.
A red team tower has been destroyed.
Fans outbreaking Hayate move helped Team China to reverse sweep their opponents. Han's explosive moment with Florentino.
Double kill!
저희는 비록 아마추어 팀이지만 선발전에서 한 번도 지지 않았기 때문에 세계대회 처음이지만 최강의 팀워크를 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
너네가 지금 아직 안 지고 이기고 있는 거는 아직 우리를 만나지 못해서 그런 것 같고, 내가 전 한국 대표로서 한마디 해주면은 우리를 만나러 오는 것보다는 그냥 집에서 편하게 잠이나 자는 게 더 나을 것 같아.
작년에 한국팀이 태국팀을 꺾고 우승한 것처럼 저희도 좋은 경기력으로 좋은 성과를 낼 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다.
AWC 디펜딩 챔피언으로서 이번에는 태국팀을 위해서 꼭 우승하도록 하겠습니다.
그치.
두 팀 모두 최선을 다해서 최고의 경기를 보여주면 좋겠습니다.
AWC 我们已经期待很久了，训练和心态都已经准备好了，希望这次首战告捷，最终载誉而归。
Gue pengen ngomong sama tim China, nggak akan segampang itu. Malah kalian yang bakal kalah lawan kita.
我们有国内数一数二的坦克选手 And， 不仅能砍打，还能开瑞。当我们推到你们高地的时候，你们可能连我们的1塔都还没有推到。
Kamu punya napas panjang. Kamu suka pamer ya? Aku bilang kita setara sih.
你跟一个退伍军人说肺活量，我一口气打到你高地哦。
Oh serius? Tapi aku gak akan kasih kamu kesempatan. Lihat gua.
我挡。
Chúng tôi muốn được đối đầu nhất với Đài Bắc Trung Hoa lần này. Chúng tôi đến đây với niềm tin lớn để được trả thù họ, nên chúng tôi rất khát khao đánh bại họ. Mặc dù tôi rất ngưỡng mộ Nein, nhưng tôi sẽ đánh bại anh ấy.
我喜欢你们的自信，但你们还差班尼一点。
Các bạn sai rồi. ADC và Valor cũng mạnh như Nein và Benny vậy. Tôi chắc chắn rằng AWC và Valor sẽ là cặp đôi rừng và trợ thủ mạnh nhất thế giới.
你们野辅联动都打不赢我一个爱丽丝。
Đơn giản thôi, tôi chỉ muốn nói rằng mục tiêu của chúng tôi là chức vô địch.
那我也定个小目标，先干掉越南，再干掉泰国，最后再干掉韩国。
同意。
아니야. 개썰. 데니가 우리 이기기 쉽대. 우리가 정글 어떻게 하는지 가르쳐주자.
既然你们拉下我了，你们的野区小心被我养住吧。
Kamu bercanda? Kami bisa membakar daging di hutanmu ketika support dan jungle kami memimpin.
Mang cho tôi cái nồi nướng nên anh muốn bị chiên hay bị nướng?
我个人比较喜欢串烧，一串5半呆了。
아, 여기 정글러분들 너무 잘하시네요. 저는 연습하러 가겠습니다.